Robinson, and I preach the gospel of Arkansas food.
No.
Really?
No, it is not.
For more than a decade, I've been traveling the state.
Good morning.
Searching out our culinary roots and every great little restaurant and food story I can find. What I've discovered is that Arkansas has a passion for pie. Fruit pies, cream pies, nut pies, custard pies, pies with meringue on top, pies with cream cheese filling on the bottom, fried pies, you name it. These are the stories of some of those pies, the people who make them, and the communities from which they hail. So,
hope you made room for pie.
Thank you.
Arkansas is on the edge of the Arkansas Delta, this vast green expanse of the Mississippi River alluvial plain that expands all the way across the eastern third of Arkansas. The town of Keogh is home to pecan groves, antique shops, and a single restaurant, but it's that lunch-only eatery that brings people from far and wide.
Well, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and it takes every minute. We are chasing the clock every day.
Its proprietor, Charlotte Bowles, has gained a reputation for creating some of the most beloved pies in the South. She, her daughters, and her extended family of employees begin baking before sunrise 5 days a week in this packed kitchen.
We make all our pies homemade, so we have a lot to do.
Charlotte's regularly offers caramel, chocolate, and coconut cream pies. Other pies, such as egg custard and lemon meringue, are baked on particular days.
I made 37 pies the other day.
We're in Charlotte's kitchen, and it smells phenomenal. She's currently working on putting the meringue on the chocolate and coconut meringue pies. As great pies are coming out of the oven, it is just truly remarkable. And then there's this pie, and this pie is singular around the state. I've never found another one like it. This is a caramel meringue pie. It is a burnt sugar custard pie, and it is utterly to die for.
I am Charlotte's daughter, and I'm just cutting a little salad for today. We try to give our best in the food and in the service. And we've just been here a while, and it's word of mouth. I don't believe she's ever paid for advertising. Everybody just likes to come, and they just tell everybody else so.
You want chocolate?
The shop only opens for lunch, and by 11 each morning, customers are waiting. Some are locals, others come from further afield, drawn in by tales of great pie.
They will get here, and of course they want to get the pie first.
Order the pie first.
Yeah.
If you don't, it might be gone.
Everybody's worried about getting their pie. I can see them looking in here, and they will go like, when's my food going to be there?
Chicken salad on wheat.
And then when they see their food coming, oh, brighten up like you wouldn't believe. I had no idea. I never even thought about having a restaurant. I just wanted a little pie shop. But we only have, they call and they'll say, I need to make a reservation. And I'll go, okay, 11 or 12:30. And they'll go, 11? If I'm there at 11, why do I need a reservation? I'd say, well, if you come at 11 and you're not up by the door, you might not get a seat.
Why Keogh?
Well, they like the pies. Where I'm at out here, they have to come from everywhere to keep my business going, and they do.
And she treats us all like we're her family, and we truly love her, and she loves us. And I think people can feel that when they come in here. We're all like one big family.
What do you think people remember about you and about Charlotte's?
I wanted them to experience something that is kind of been lost. They come in here and have dessert and come to the kitchen and tell me, sometimes they're crying and then I'm upset because they found something that was just like their mothers, you know, just like their mamas. And I get satisfaction out of that, and they get a blessing out of my cooking.
Fried pies, fruit pies, cream pies, there are always at least a dozen varieties to choose from at Big John's Shake Shack in Marion. In North Little Rock, you'll find one of the best sweet potato pies you've ever tried at Lindsay's Hospitality House. The capital city of Little Rock is a metropolitan delight with attractions of some note and a blossoming culinary scene that's earned national recognition.
Now, Little Rock is my hometown. It's a neat city. It's a little Midwestern, a little Southern, just a fantastic package. And I've got to see it grow up since I was a little girl. But really, anywhere you go in Little Rock, you're going to find great pies. Just like the place we're about to go now, Honey Pies.
They're like any good Southern girl. My grandmother taught me everything that I know about cooking.
Honey Pies hasn't been around as long as Charlotte's, but Sharon Woodson's adorable shop in Little Rock has already earned its spot on the Arkansas Pie Trail.
Here at Honey Pies, the crusts are made. Every single crust is made from scratch. There's no store-bought here. You make these yourself.
Yes, absolutely we do. That's how you get the best. We use butter instead of lard because butter gives you flavor and the texture that lard would give you. So butter always, to me, makes it taste better. So that's what we go with.
Woodson's pies are baked with love and local ingredients to boot.
We've been selling a lot of pecan.
Sharon is real big in helping and supporting local businesses. The fact that we don't use the chemicals on our pecans was what drew her to us to begin with.
And we get all of our fresh pecans from her, and it's just the sweetest little family you've ever met.
They have a completely different taste than anything like you buy in the store. Of course, I mean, a really good fresh taste.
Sharon's dream of opening a pie shop was something her husband Lance understood as part of a deeper idea.
What are you doing?
Happy wife, happy life.
A commercial pie entity was the only way that she was going to be able to keep up with my pie demands and the things that I needed just on a day-to-day basis. So it absolutely worked out in my favor.
It was I would say it was a daydream for a long time, but it never would have become a reality without Lance, without Mr. Honey Pies, I say. The husband who encouraged me along the way and decided that the pie shop needed to become a reality.
We both grew up in smaller communities and grew up with grandmother's cooking and traditional Southern cooking techniques. And when we moved to the larger city, some of that was really lost here. And it seemed like a really good idea to share our culture and our family values and the things that we grew up with Little Rock and with the greater community in Central Arkansas.
You gave me more pie. I took a big bite out of that one before you took it.
Peach pie is truthfully the reason we got married, and our entire relationship goes back to a peach pie she made me, and it absolutely started the foundation of a lifelong love.
But our number one seller, no matter what the season, no matter what's going on, is always chocolate fudge brownie. The chocolate fudge brownie pie is almost a chocolate chess pie. That's what it's based off of. But the difference is we put flour in.
Is that what gives it that crust on top?
It is, and it also just gives it just a little bit more silkiness.
Okay. So how many different types of pie do you offer?
The daily flavors, normally we do around 8. We have some seasonal pies a lot of times. Right now we're running a seasonal pie that's s'mores, and it's in a graham cracker crust.
Honey Pies offers an oasis for pie in a busy city, for lunch or even breakfast. Slices and whole pies to enjoy in the shop or at home.
We'll do around 500 mini pies a week.
Wow.
And we'll do between 100 and 200 whole pies. What started out as my dream of just having a tiny little pie shop has kind of taken over, and now we're a bakery and we have coffee that we do every day. We're doing breakfast and we're starting lunches.
Oh my.
So it's so much different than we could have possibly imagined a year ago. Did you make room for pie?
Welcome to the AE's 10 Studios. I'm Karen Cooper here, and we are so excited to bring you this newest locally produced production. It's right here from AETN. It's called Make Room for Pie. You'll get over the next 2 hours to find out about some of the best places to get pie throughout Arkansas, and you'll actually get to hear from some of those pie makers as well. So we're coming to you right now to say, did you know that there was a pie trail in Arkansas? I think that's absolutely fabulous. How many of you would like to know what that trail is and follow it for a weekend? Do you think you could fit all the pies in? Anyway, it's 1-800-662-2386. We need to hear from you. Tell us how much you enjoy AETN locally produced programs and that you'd like to see more. We try to pick those things that are unique to Arkansas, and then we bring them to you and say, don't you like this? Don't you want to see more of it? Don't you want to go ahead and share it with somebody, especially somebody you might know who's outside of Arkansas who doesn't understand the attraction of all things Arkansas. If you'd like the DVD of the program, it's for a gift of $60, or you can choose to be an ongoing sustainer at $5 a month. It's a simple way to support AETN, and you know that what that means actually is your dollars come in, and what they do is go and purchase programs and help us create programs that you get to watch and your family and community get to watch as well. Give us a call or go online at aetn.org.
And you are definitely going to want the DVD of this program. You know, these are the kind of programs that we're only able to do for you here at AETN, and we're so excited about Make Room for Pie. And I am so excited to welcome Kat Robinson here to the AETN studios. Kat and I should say, have known each other for probably 25 years, maybe, I don't know. A long, long time. We worked together in television news for a long time ago up in Jonesboro. And so I'm excited to welcome you here, Kat. I'm excited to have all these pies here. I mean,
I know.
Who doesn't like this? I mean, this is just, you know, I don't know if I can make it through the show smelling. I've got this pie smelling. I'm smelling this pie.
You learn to resist after a while, but I understand your resistance is,
yes.
Well, I'll help. I'll keep you busy talking.
Thank you. Well, tell us, let's talk about the inspiration for this program, for Make Room for Pie.
Sure.
Let's talk about how you were inspired and your first foray into pies.
Okay.
And writing about pies.
Well, I've been writing about food in Arkansas since 2007. I worked for a group called Serious Eats, which is a nationwide website, and they wanted me to talk about pie in Arkansas, and I already knew that pie was all over the place, so I wrote a story for them. And then the Arkansas Times asked me to do a cover story for the Thanksgiving issue for 2011. So whenever my last publisher came to me and said, we really want a book on Arkansas food, but we need it in 30 days. I said, well, I guess it's going to have to be about pie. And somehow or another in 2012 managed to write the first pie book, Arkansas Pie, Delicious Slice of the Natural State, in that 30-day time period. And it came out. I thought, well, it'll be a nice mild book. And it went over like gangbusters. And what I found was there were so many people who were taking this book and they were going from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant and having the pie maker sign book.
Using it as a guide,
as a tour guide,
to where to
as
get
a
pies.
pie-related tour
Everybody
guide.
loves pies.
So it's just natural.
Yeah.
And whenever we started talking with AETN about possibly doing some sort of story about what it is that I do, going out in Arkansas's highways and byways and pieways to find good food in Arkansas. Pie was obviously the first choice for us to follow.
And I know whenever you write these books and whenever you go to these places, you not only talk about the pies themselves,
yes,
and the popularity of the pies, but you relate those places to the community and
absolutely,
how they've come along. So talk about that. Talk about how some of the communities are impacted by some of the restaurants you've gone to as well, because that's a lot of your books. It's
yes,
so interesting in talking about not just the restaurant, but its impact and its history in the community.
Well, we each only have one stomach, and most of us only eat 2 to 3 times a day, maybe 4, maybe 10 when you're trying pies. But most of us only have an opportunity to stop at one place. And you could go to a chain operation that may be safe. You get the same sort of food, but the food is part of the community. And so there's a bigger story out there. Whenever I write those stories, I want to talk about not just the ingredients or maybe the flavor of a food, but I want to talk about the people that are crafting these foods with their hands and what inspires them, what keeps them going. Like Charlotte's story that you saw in the first segment, the community wanted her to continue this operation, and she's very well supported there. I love that connection. It's absolutely fantastic.
And we love to be part of making this connection too, and having this wonderful program on for you. Call in right now, 1-800-662-2386. Make your pledge of support to keep programs like this on your public television station, AETN.
And Mark is absolutely right. Viewer support is how we are able to bring you this wonderful local production. So either giving us a call and talking to one of our wonderful volunteers, or going online and providing your financial support is how we can continue to make programs that are specifically about those things that are of interest in Arkansas. Now, we've got some wonderful thank you gifts related to the program. I mentioned before that for a gift of $60, we have the DVD of the program. If you want to kind of go along with Kat as she goes to these different places and talks about the pies. We also have, for a gift of $120, we have her newest book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie, so that is a must-have. Next up, and I'm kind of wearing it, they probably will put a still store on instead, is we have a PBS Nerd apron that's available. 2 big pockets and an adjustable neckline. It's for a gift of $144. If you would like the DVD and Kat's newest book, that's for a gift of $150. Or if you'd like the apron, the book, and the DVD, it's for a gift of $240. And remember, those dollars go to support the programs. You know that a DVD and a book don't cost that much. The dollars that you provide come in and help support all the programs that you see, especially those locally produced ones. So if you're enjoying this and you want to see more, give us a call. It's 1-800-662-2386, or you can go online at aetn.org. If you have a DVR this and you're watching it at a different time, you can go ahead and call. There's someone waiting by the phone, so you don't have to wait. You can go online anytime. Online, it's a secure website, but if you want to get the latest about pie in Arkansas, you might want to think about Kat's book, or you may want to do the whole package. And again, this is about viewers supporting AETN and the wonderful programs that air.
Who are we kidding? Karen's really got that apron on because she thinks she's going to dig into some of these pies, and she doesn't want to get it all over. They smell so wonderful, but that's okay. We want to talk about the book.
Yes.
This book is literally hot off the press. I mean, when you hear hot off the press, this one really is.
This book is, I mean, many of the places I've visited, I've actually been on site within the past couple of weeks. I've done an odyssey, as it were, of traveling to the places that I hadn't been, or to places I had been but hadn't shot the pies. In fact, in the course of a 10-week period, I visited 184 restaurants that are in the book. There are a total of 436.
Wow.
These are all pie places in Arkansas that are making their own pies.
How long did it take you to travel around and do all this?
You would think it would take me forever, but it literally was. I would get in the car and I would drive from 7 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. Over the course of one 4-day period, I traveled 1,200 miles, visited 72 restaurants, and 52 of those pies actually made it into the book. We're not just talking about a county. I drove from here to Fort Smith to Rogers and kind of zigzagged all of the Ozarks, Mountain View, Mountain Home, Pocahontas, came back down around, went around Greers Ferry Lake, and then down into southwest Arkansas, all the way to Foreman, down at the furthest corner, and back up through Mena and Hot Springs. I mean, literally pie odysseys.
Wearing me out just hearing about it. Yeah, because you not only traveled around all these areas, but then you had to gather information.
You have to.
And you had the rough, terrible duty of tasting all the pies.
Absolutely,
I mean,
it was rough.
It's a tough job. I'm glad you're willing to do it. Well, talk about some of the regions of the state, and different regions have different specialties of pies or different towns, different parts of Arkansas.
You see a lot, say, in the southern portion of the state, you see a lot of fried pies. In fact, there is a brand new pie maker who's about to open a brick and mortar, but I visited at her farmer's market location by the name of Fern Dixon. She has Aunt Fern's fried pies, and they're really amazing sweet pies. The folks at Historic Washington Museum have actually built her a pie case so that, hey, she can show off what her pies look like. If you go up into the Ozarks, you see a lot more pecan pies. Then around Mountain Home, that's the only place in Arkansas that still serves the vinegar pie, which is a 19th century pie. Can't find it anywhere else. Around the entire state, you see a lot of pecan because pecans are indigenous to Arkansas. Lots of great meringues. And everywhere in the state has a version of the possum pie, which is this great, wonderful pie that has cream cheese in the bottom and this chocolate custard, and the top of it's whipped cream with pecans on top of it. Some people call it 4-layer delight. Some people call it chocolate lasagna, but it's possum.
But no possum in there.
There's no actual possum. Well, at least in this pie, I know there's no actual possum.
There's no actual possum. This is so great. Call in right now, 1-800-662-2386. This book would be a wonderful gift to introduce your friends and your family to the pies of Arkansas and your way of becoming part of AETN and producing these kinds of shows like Make Room for Pie. So call in right now, make your pledge of support. We're waiting on your call.
And we are waiting on your call. What usually happens when we have a guest in the studio is that everybody wants to hear what the guest has to say and they don't call in. So now I'm going to talk to you about the fact that we're going to go on to the next segment of the show, and it's your opportunity right now to call in with your financial support so we can keep bringing wonderful programs like this your way. So if you are interested in getting a thank you gift related, no, we can't do the actual pie, I'm sorry. But other thank you gifts, how about the DVD of the program, which is for a gift of $60, or being a sustainer at $5 a month ongoing, or Kat's new book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie, for a gift of $120, or be a sustainer at $10 a month. The absolutely fabulous PBS Nerd Apron is available for a gift of $144, or consider $12 a month as a sustainer, or the DVD and the book together, a gift of $150, which is only $12.50 a month ongoing as a sustainer, or get all three things, the apron, the DVD, the book, for a gift of $240, or $20 a month as an ongoing sustainer. And you know, with any of those gift levels, you'll also have access to AETN Passport, which is a number of programs that are available that you can watch anytime that you want to on just about any device that you'd like. So we're going to go back to the program, but we're still waiting to hear from you. Make those phones ring.
We're headed to Fort Smith, Arkansas, which is the second largest city in Arkansas. Great cultural past. And it's the only place that I've ever been or ever heard of where the visitor center used to be a house of ill repute. Garrison Avenue, which runs through downtown, is the widest main street in America. It used to be the parade grounds for the armed forces.
Fort Smith is the gateway to the Wild West, with a celebrated history that includes the infamous courtroom of hanging Judge Isaac Parker and the likeness of U.S. Marshal Bass Reeves. It is the most culinarily diverse city in Arkansas.
I have lemon meringue, I have peanut butter chocolate, chocolate cream, pecan, apple.
Every Tuesday,
French silk.
This is the scene at Miss Anna's on Townsend.
Sugar-free apple.
Free Pie Tuesday is what we have every Tuesday, and with the purchase of an entree, you can get a free piece of pie if you choose. Very few folks turn it down. It's not hard to give it away. The people that support us are the only reason we're here.
Ted Cerna bought this restaurant in 2012. It's named for his mother, who baked pies for her son when he first bought the business.
We actually started 6 in the morning with that. You would be surprised how many people take a piece of pie with them with their biscuit and gravy.
Would you like to get this pie?
It's ironically the busiest day of the week that we have.
On a Tuesday?
On a Tuesday of all days. We give away probably 80 pies on an average Tuesday. We talked about doing another day, and my bakers both told me they would quit if I did, so we decided against that.
Today, those pies are made down the street inside a tiny bakery at the back of Ed Walker's Drive-In, the oldest restaurant in Fort Smith.
We were able to turn that into a bakery. It actually was where they used to wash potatoes years ago when they used to hand cut French fries, and so kind of everything we needed was in there. And so we just reallocated that space to make pies, and it is a little snug.
So we're at Ed Walker's in the back. Most people don't know about the secret bakery, but this is where all the great delicacies, the cakes, the cookies, and of course the pies are made for both Ed Walker's and Miss Anna's on Towson. Let's go take a look inside. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Whitney, and Whitney is making pies this morning. In fact, those look kind of unusual. Can you tell us about the pies you're making?
These are the coconut cream, and it's just plain coconut, and we toast it in the oven, and then we take the pudding, the coconut pudding, and we just set it in there, and we put Cool Whip on top and coconut shavings on top of that.
Ed Walker opened his burger joint in 1943. From the stories I've heard, Ed must have been quite a character.
I knew Ed Walker and his wife. He had a big motorcycle with a sidecar. He would ride that motorcycle, and she would be in the sidecar, always with a hat, holding her hat on, dear as she could hold on to it.
My ticket, Donald? This is the only place in Arkansas that offers something really unique you can't get anywhere else, and it's not just the cheeseburgers or the French dip.
Absolutely. This is the last place in the state of Arkansas where you can come and flash your lights, and we can bring a beer out to your car if you choose to have a beer with your meal while you're eating out in your car.
I'd like to order the world-famous French dip.
Okay, with French fries?
Yes, that'd be
French dip is really what, our namesake kind of is, and we tout to be world famous for that, and it's definitely, the thing that most folks come to love about it. We also have a 5-pound hamburger that is the only place that you can get a 5-pound hamburger around, and families enjoy coming out. We get the occasional individual that wants to try to enjoy that, which, is a tough slog, but many have tried and many have failed. So.
Which table do you want it on?
Those same marvelous pies on display at Miss Anna's are also on the counters at Ed Walker's, ready to be sliced and served. A bond of pie uniting two long-standing Fort Smith favorites.
We bake 7 days a week. We bake hundreds of pies. It's in my wildest dreams, I never thought it'd take off. We joke affectionately about never underestimate the power of pie.
In the heart of the Arkansas River Valley, you'll find Sweet Treats, a tiny lunch-only cafe serving nearly a dozen pies, including some of the tallest meringue in Arkansas. Tucked into an Ozark truck stop, Hillbilly Hideout serves cream pies, meringue pies, and its own proprietary raccoon pie, 24 hours a day.
Today, we're in Conway, headed down Donaghy Avenue, named after our 22nd governor here in Arkansas. Asa Asa P. Robinson was chief engineer on the Little Rock to Fort Smith Railroad after the Civil War. Part of his compensation was a square mile of land in this area. He gave back a portion of it to the railroad for a depot, which he had named after the first governor of Arkansas, James Sevier Conway. And that's how Conway got his name.
Gerald, could you put the pie crust in the pan, and I am going to get the whipped cream ready.
Sure. We're at Patty Cakes Bakery in Conway. This is where Patty Stovall and her crew designed so many amazing things. Possum pie.
Possum pie, is that not the weirdest name?
Hey, Patty. How are you?
I'm good.
What you need?
I need a possum pie, please.
Okay.
Tell me, have you ever heard of possum pie? It's an Arkansas specialty and one of the most requested pies at Patty Cakes, a bustling little bakery behind the famed Stobie's restaurant, the Conway landmark.
I mean, what's not to like? You've got cream cheese, you've got pecans, you have vanilla cream pie, chocolate cream pie, whipped cream, and more pecans. So there you go.
So, where does the name possum pie come from?
You know, I don't know.
I actually do.
Thank you.
There's an Arkansas term called playing possum.
Yes.
And it means either you're playing dead or you're trying to deceive somebody. Well, in a way, this is the deception of pie, because a possum pie starts with a flour and a shortbread pecan-style crust. And it's got that cream cheese layer and it's got the fluffy whipped topping on top. But until you slice into it, you don't know what's inside that pie. So that chocolate custard is playing possum.
Interesting.
In a commercial setting, we want it to be thick enough that we can count on our customers being able to transport it home, especially in the Arkansas heat, that it doesn't get runny. So we whip it just a little bit longer than, say, we would normally. And here you have a finished possum pie.
This case over here that has the cakes in it are Cakes on the Run. I think that was actually David's idea to put that in here.
Any given weekend, it's amazing how many different directions we go delivering wedding cakes. And so, and she's certainly got a following here. She does casseroles and cupcakes and fudge and cookies and wedding cakes and birthday cakes and anniversary cakes. I mean, and does it all from scratch. So she is just doing an outstanding job and enjoying doing it.
We've tried a lot of things. If they don't work, we're not afraid to pull them off and move on and do something else.
Oh, it looks delicious, Patty. Thank you so much.
So things have gone much better than I could have dreamed.
Yeah, we just saw some more pie. We're glad you're back here in the studios with us. Are you hungry yet? I know I'm hungry, and I love the whole story about possum pie. I'm from up north originally, and that really shook me when I first heard that term. So it's nice to know where that comes from. Okay, there'll be more pie coming up in a little bit, but right now we need you to go to the phone. Give us a call at 1-800-662-2386 and call and pledge your financial support. You know, AETN provides wonderful, uninterrupted programming over 300 days a year, and that means that you aren't interrupted all those other days. It means you get to watch the programming in full. So when we do come to you like this, it's because that's what public television is all about. You're the public in public television. We can bring you the programs because of your financial support. So why not go to your phone and say, I'd like to make a gift of $60 and I want to receive the DVD of the program, Make Room for Pie, because I think it's fascinating and I want to share it with my friends. Or if you like to read and you want to have something that you can actually look through and determine where you want to go for your next slice of pie, how about Kat's latest book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie? That's for a gift of $120. Or if you like the apron, it's the PBS Nerd Apron. It's available for a gift of $144. But $150 will bring you the DVD of the show and the latest book by Kat. Or if you want all three, It's a gift of $240. And remember, those dollars go to support all the programming on AE10, especially as we focus more on our local programs, as we focus on those things about Arkansas that you're not going to find anywhere else. What other station would take the time to talk about all the wonderful pies, the distinction of pies in Arkansas? You're not going to get that anywhere else. So please give us a call. We've got a great group of volunteers waiting to take your call to help you make that pledge, or you can always go online at aetn.org.
You know, Karen asked the question, is everybody getting hungry yet and watching Make Room for Pie? And I think if you were in the studio right now smelling these wonderful pies, you would realize that that's an incredible understatement to say that it's making us hungry here. But we are happy that you joined us this evening in this very special program, Make Room for Pie. And we are here with Kat Robinson. Probably many of you know Kat from her travels around Arkansas and her various books on Arkansas eateries. And Kat, let's talk about some more about the book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie. Tell us how many pages are in here and what this covers. I mean, you know, what all it describes.
It covers everything about pie. It's more than 300 pages with more than 350 color photographs taken in Arkansas restaurants. This is not a situation where you're going to have something that's set up in a studio with the lights and the hairspray and the blowtorch to make it look better. These are the actual pies that come to the table. That was very important to me as this goes along, because you know, people get disappointed. They go to a fast food restaurant that's advertised nationwide and they see the really tall burger or the gorgeous golden French fries, and they get some soggy fries and a really flat burger in there, and they're disappointed. The pies are gorgeous. Even whenever they're a hot mess, they're still gorgeous, and it was great to showcase that. I've set up the book, though, so it's regional. You literally could drive this book. You drive through the Ozarks and down through the Arkansas Delta, across lower Arkansas, southwest, through the Ouachitas, then back through the Arkansas River Valley to end up in central Arkansas. So it's set up. You can
It's really a travel guide.
It is a travel guide. It is set up to be a tour guide for pie lovers in so many ways.
To be actually useful as well as an interesting read, which I'm sure.
I expect this to live in the glove compartment of your car.
Right.
Once you get done reading it.
How did you organize all? I mean, how did you organize or figure out how to organize this whole journey, you know?
Well, I spend so much time on Arkansas's roads just because I'm out there, I'm curious, and I want to share great stories. So it wasn't hard for me to think of what needed to be covered in each region, but I needed to figure out, I got to find a starting point. And I ended up starting at a place called Grandma's House Cafe up in Winslow, which is a pie buffet. You go in and there's 6 to 8 pies every day, and you can have as much as you want of any of these pies.
Pie buffet, that's just like heaven for me, you know. I'm all about a pie buffet, sure.
And I thought I wanted to start there, and I wanted to go around because that's an Arkansas classic. It's been around for decades. And I wanted to come around, and I wanted to end at one of the places in our book, Honey Pies, because here's a brand new pie location where there's amazing pies, and it's continuing this fantastic heritage that we have of great pies in Arkansas eateries.
So we've got the book. It'll take you on a journey. Call in right now, 1-800-662-2386. This is a great thank you gift and a great way to guide you around through the pies of Arkansas.
Sustaining membership is an easy, convenient, and affordable way to support the programs you love. Sustaining members make an ongoing monthly contribution from either their credit card or checking account. Just choose the monthly amount you'd like to give. Then, go online or call and we'll get it set up for you. Your donation will happen automatically each month, so your support will always be current. If you want to change your sustaining membership, just contact us. Monthly contributions begin as low as $5 per month. Go online or call to start your sustaining membership right now.
You do want to call, because choosing to become a sustainer is probably the easiest way that you can support AETN. We budget everything on a monthly basis. Why not your gift to public television? So $5, $10, how about $12 or $12.50? Or maybe $20, whatever works within your budget. You get to choose the amount. You get to choose whether that's on a credit card or you want to have it electronically drawn from your checking account. You call in, talk with a volunteer, we get it all set up, and then it goes ongoing. You never miss a month of the AETN magazine. It automatically renews so that it just keeps going, but you're still in control. You can give us a call when you want to either increase it or decrease it, or if you need to change it from maybe your credit card to EFT or the other way around. Again, you're in control. So when you think about some of those wonderful thank you gifts, and I think that new book that Kat's got out is the way to go. That's a sustaining gift of $10 a month. But if that seems like it's still more than you could do, how about $5? Can you do without one of those tall specialty drinks? Just one a month, $5 a month, and that helps support AETN, and it all winds up pooling together to create the funds we need to bring these great programs your way. It's 1-800-662-2386. Again, you can go online at aetn.org. I've been hearing more of the phones ring, but we still need to hear you call. This is about Arkansas. This is about what we do here, things that make it special. I hope that you don't just listen so much to Kat that you don't get to the phone, because we do need to hear from you. It's how we know that we are going to keep doing these kind of programs, is when you call in and tell us that you support it.
Listening to Kat is fascinating to talk about when we hear her talk about all of her travels. And you know, Kat, we're already hearing from people all over Arkansas that are calling in, talking about their favorite pie shops, their favorite family recipes. So we're already having an impact, and we need you to call in right now and make your pledge of support. Become a member of AETN. These are the kinds of programs that are important to you. This is local programming. It's about Arkansas, and we want to keep bringing these kinds of programs to you. And we need your membership. We need you to call in, make that pledge of support to support these kinds of shows like Make Room for Pie. 1-800-662-2386. And let's talk about these thank you gifts again. Again, these are gifts, our way of saying you're not buying these gifts. This is our way of saying thank you for supporting these important programs on AETN. For a gift of just $5 a month or a one-time gift of $60 a year, you can get the DVD of the program you're watching, Make Room for Pie. Great show to have in your home library. So I strongly recommend you consider that. For a gift of just $10 a month or $120 a year, you can get another slice of pie, the Arkansas Pie Book, that we've been talking about here. Wonderful edition, wonderful guide if you're planning on traveling to the state to eat some pie. This is a book that you absolutely want to have. So call in right now for just $10 a month. For $12 a month, you can get the PBS Nerd Apron that Karen is wearing over there because she's going to dive into these pies. You can get one of those for yourself and be like Karen for just $12 a month. For $12.50 a month, you can get both the DVD of the program and the book, Arkansas Pie Book. So that's just $12.50 a month, or $150 a year, one-time gift. For $20 a month, just $20 a month, you can get the DVD, the book, and the apron, all three gifts. Our way of saying thank you for supporting these great programs. And Kat, you know, this is what we do. This is what we do to support these kinds of programs. And you know how important this show was to showcase all these pies and all these places around that you travel around Arkansas. And so we need to hear from you. 1-800-662-2386. You can go online to our secured website, aetn.org. Make your pledge. We make it easy. We need to hear from you right now. 1-800-662-2386.
I am so glad to be here. We have Charlotte from Charlotte's Eats and Sweets in Keogh. You'll notice that she looks familiar. She was in the first part of the program. And Charlotte, did Kat warn you she was going to be coming in and kind of talking to you about all this? Did she, or did she just show up?
She just showed up.
She just showed up.
That's the way she rolls. I mean, you know, we just have a good time.
You have a good time. What did you think at first? Was it just, were you surprised? Were you?
Well, no, she just makes everything so easy. You know, and
okay.
She asked me questions and I answered them.
Okay. And how do you feel about being a part of her book?
I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I noticed they talked about the fact that that's real community and people come from quite a ways because they want you to keep up.
Yes.
Now, I know we talked about a particular pie. Is your favorite pie what everybody else likes? Or do you have a different pie that you make that you like?
Okay, when I first started, I loved coconut pie.
Okay.
I went everywhere trying to find a good coconut pie. I was always disappointed. And so, but I've made so many now that the fruit pies are my favorite
now. Fruit pies are your favorite now, okay. Well, I'm so happy to have her here. We're going to be talking with Charlotte and others as we continue on. Again, we've got some great thank you gifts. I wish you were here because I think we're going to get to sample pie. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but anyway, I think we already have. It's 1-800-662-2386. Remember, the DVD of the program is available as a sustaining member at $5 a month, or Kat's latest book at $10 a month. How about the apron? You can eat a lot of pie and not get it on your clothes for a sustaining gift of $12 a month. The DVD and the book for $12.50 a month, and all three of them for $20 a month. Again, that's just being a sustainer and making sure that, you know, you can keep these programs coming in. Charlotte, do you expect that you're going to get more foot traffic now? Do you think that there's...
Oh, yes.
Yes. Are you going to be able to keep up with it?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Are you going to go visit Keo? You want to make sure you check out Eats and Sweets. So it's 1-800-662-2386. Again, go online to aetn.org. If you've already called in and made your gift of support, thank you so much. If you've been thinking about it, this is the best time. This is programming you won't find anywhere else. Nowhere else are you going to find anyone taking an interest in these types of things that are unique to Arkansas. So we're going to go on with more pie, but we'll be waiting by the phones to take your call.
Today we're in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas, cruising down Central Avenue. Fantastic stretch goes right through Hot Springs National Park, which was established as the first national reserve back in 1832.
Hot Springs holds many claims to fame for its natural springs that bubble to the surface at 143 degrees. It's bathhouses that have offered a chance to take in the waters for 2 centuries. Its national park, and even its reputation as a peaceful ground where the infamous gangsters came to relax. Rex Nelson's Southern Fried blog shares lots of stories about Arkansas, including some of the restaurants he enjoys. I caught up with the native Arkansan in the lobby of the historic Arlington Resort Hotel and Spa.
Where would you say we need to go whenever you come to town?
Well, when you come to town, you need to go downtown where we are right now. Again, you've got the bathhouses, you've got hotels, not only the old ones like the Arlington, but new ones like the Waters that is in the old Thompson building right now. You've also got an expanded, as you well know, culinary scene going on in Hot Springs now. So food, art, baths, it all comes together right now in downtown Hot Springs. Before Lake DeGray filled up, my dad was a big fisherman, and we would always come for weekends, fishing trips. I remember we always spent Easter weekend there to an old resort out on Lake Ouachita called Shangri-La near here. Yeah. They still have great pie.
They do.
It's the same pie that I grew up on.
It's the same pie maker. Mrs. Vereen Carr is still doing it. 61 years.
I love going in there because it's like stepping back into my childhood. And I get over there for lunch every chance I get.
We have a lot of new pie makers who've come on the scene here in the past few years, and one of them's right here in Hot Springs, serving up over at the farmers market. Have you heard about Mr. and Mrs. Chef?
I have, and I love what they are doing because, again, it adds to what is a great food tradition in Hot Springs.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Paul and Donna Ewer are up early this Saturday morning selling their pies at the farmers market. They'll start off with 20 or 30 pies, and they'll go home with absolutely none.
We have some mixed berry pies.
By 7 o'clock, seriously, some nights by 7 o'clock, we're selling pies out of the back of the car.
Wow.
It's crazy. I mean, you kind of, well, let me get set up. I'm coming. I got to get set up. And they go, oh, I want that pie.
They bake these in the wee hours every Friday morning at Froggy's, a local bar and grill.
Well, we bake every day. We like all butter. We don't use any lard or anything like that. No Crisco or any shortening either.
The pies on this baking day include cherry and blueberry in a scratch-made butter-packed dough.
I don't want to take something out of a can and put can filling in my fresh pie dough.
And I have, and depending on the tartness of the fruit is how much sugar I use.
I like the wild Maine blueberries. Flavor-wise, they're much better than the cultivated. They're small, they pop, but there are lots of blueberries here in Arkansas that I buy from friends that are almost the same things.
Wow.
They're small, they're not cultivated, and they pop. And there was no romance at first. It was she worked, and she was my sous chef. And she was always a step ahead of me. It really, it didn't irk me. It was great.
Think about just, making people
With Mr. and Mrs. Chef, these pies really are made from love, a romance the Ewers found in a kitchen.
And tuck the pie dough underneath to make our crust.
Her taste buds were as close to mine as I'd ever been, ever. We ended up getting married. Best decision of my life was to hire her.
So there we go. We have 3 doughs ready to go.
We worked at a Christian school here in town, and one of the boys used to call us Mr. and Mrs. Chef. And that's what they used to, so all the kids in this college, this Christian college and high school, would say, where's Mr. and Mrs. Chef? And then I have wild Maine blueberry pie and Arkansas blueberry pie. We sell out usually every week by 10 o'clock or before.
Even on rainy days, it doesn't take long for the pies Donna and Paul make to disappear at the farmer's market.
That's a real pie. Not like something that you buy. Everybody's, oh, well, we put about 4 cups of fruit or more in each one. It more floats my boat to go down there and have somebody say, wow, that's the best pie. I mean, I have people come and say, buy pie almost weekly. I've never had a pie this good. Or I have one guy says, it has been 20 years since I tasted a pie like this.
Since 1956, classic pies, such as this Dutch apple pie, have been served up at the Shangri-La Resort along Lake Ouachita's South Shore. The Skillet Restaurant at the Ozark Folk Center offers marvelous cream pies, and in the state park itself, you can enjoy a fried peach or apple pie straight out of the oven. Arkansas is located on top of Crowley's Ridge, which is this unique geological formation that rises 200 feet in places above the Arkansas Delta. It was named for James A. Paramore and Jay Gould, 2 railroad magnates. It was founded in 1883. Now, in 1954, Batten's Bakery, the place we're going to today, was founded.
107.1 Jack FM. We are playing what we want. Thursday morning breakfast club, Batten's Donuts and Bakery in the Parable. Every Thursday, 7 until 8 o'clock.
Mike and Bridget Batten bought it in 2008, but not because of any family connection. Turns out they were looking for a business to run together. The name was just Providence.
Albert Batten, who founded it back in 1945, started in his garage. And he would do it mainly on Sunday afternoons. Everybody'd come by his house, get their donuts, and then he started doing it. He'd go put it in the trunk of his car and go to the grocery stores. And we actually went back and found some of the original recipes.
Batten's is known for its fried pies, especially the chocolate old-fashioned, and the cinnamon rolls are extraordinary.
These are actually
actually my favorite. So I really try to make sure that everybody's getting plenty of chocolate, because there's nothing worse than biting into a pie shell with barely any filling.
My whole life when I was growing up, my grandma Joella made me from scratch old-fashioned chocolate pies, and I could eat my weight in them. I loved them. So I got her recipe from her, and we kind of modified it for mass production and came up with the old-fashioned chocolate pie.
We try to get a good start on it so that it doesn't take so much time.
Yeah, the old-fashioned is actually cocoa, sugar, and butter. So it's got that melty gooiness, but it's got grit to it.
And you glaze your fried pies.
We glaze our fried pies, and our crust is also homemade, hand-rolled.
Golden and delicious.
Golden and delicious.
That's an amazing pie.
And we're known nationwide through Smith Drug Company, who has a warehouse here, and they distribute drugs to all the pharmacy. Well, they send these pies as Christmas presents to all their people all over the United States when they're shipping. Yes.
Wow.
And during the holiday season, they will go through, we'll do about 180 pies a day just for them for about a month. Well, then I have people call from Alabama, California, hey, can you ship me some more pies? So the pie is a hit everywhere.
Morning. I need a half dozen of glazed donuts.
They go quick. People buy them, eat them on the way to work. They take them to work. They'll buy a dozen of them at a time and take them to work. It gets crazy here. We'll get a line on that drive-through all the way out to the highway that'll last for 3 hours.
There you go.
And a line out the door for at least 2 hours, people constantly coming in. We'll sell just in donuts alone, just the glazed donuts, we'll sell close to 3,000 of those on a Saturday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and we'll do, we might do 500 pies.
Every Saturday?
On a Saturday, yeah.
How many pies do you think you do in a week?
Oh, we probably do 2,000 to 3,000. It's such a rich history of this town. I mean, everybody that grew up in this town knows about it. Anybody that comes, that lives far off, when they come to visit, this is the first place they come.
Batten's Bakery in Paragould. Man, don't those fried pies look so good. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. We're proud to have Kat Robinson here in the studio with us. And we come to you these few times a year to ask you to support programs just like the one you're watching right now. Call in right now. We've got a whole group of volunteers volunteering their time to take your call for you to make your pledge to support these kinds of shows. 1-800-662-2386. You can go online to aetn.org. Make that commitment, make that pledge of support. It's important. Your support's the reason we have shows like Make Room for Pie on AETN. Let's talk about those gifts again. All the gifts for making your pledge. For a level of just $5 a month or $60 a year, you can get a DVD of the program you're watching. I know you're going to want this. You're going to want to own this show. So this is the best way to do it. Make your pledge of support to AETN and have this DVD in your home to be able to watch this show. It's a great production. For just $10 a month, you can get another slice of pie, the Arkansas Pie Book. That's for just $10 a month. You can get the pie book that we've been talking about here. For $12 a month, you can get the PBS Nerd Apron, which is neat to have around the house. For $12.50 a month, you can get the DVD of the program and the book, another slice of Arkansas Pie Book. And for just $20 a month, you can get the DVD, the book, and the apron, all three. So it's just $240 a year. Make your pledge now. Call in right now and make that pledge. And enjoy these great gifts as our way of saying thank you for making these kinds of programs possible. This program, Make Room for Pie, is possible because viewers like you called in and made that pledge of support. And that's what we need you to do now. If you've never been a member, now is a perfect time to call in and make that pledge of support. 1-800-662-2386 or go online to aetn.org.
Hello, I'm Paula Kerger, President and CEO of PBS. I'd like to tell you about a terrific new membership benefit called AETN Passport. With a qualifying donation, Passport brings more than 1,000 hours of great PBS and local programming to your computer, phone, or digital media player. You can catch up on shows you may have missed or revisit some of your favorites. The best part is that you can watch whenever you want. When you make your qualifying donation, you'll help to make all of the programs you love on this station possible, so don't delay. I know that you're going to love AETN Passport, so please make that donation right now, and thank you for your support.
AETN Passport is a great benefit that we can make sure that you have access to when you make a gift of $60 or more, or as a $5 or more ongoing sustainer. There are about 1,500 programs, and that covers Masterpiece, which covers multiple programs underneath Masterpiece. Lots of programs have seasons. There's lots of episodes within their seasons. So there really are thousands of hours of enjoyable programming for you to watch whenever you want to on just about whatever device you want to. If you have a smart TV, if you have Roku, if you have Amazon Fire, you can use your tablet, you can use your phone, you can watch it at 10 o'clock at night, you can watch it at 5 o'clock in the morning, and there's lots of great baking shows available on Passport. How about Martha Stewart's Cooking, A Chef's Life, classic Julia Child, The Mind of a Chef, The Great British Baking Show, and many, many more. So while you're with your favorite piece of pie at whatever time, you can watch a program that you enjoy. We need to hear from you because this is how these programs happen. In fact, we'd like to hear from you. Have you seen your favorite pie already shown? If not, why don't you give us a call and tell us what your favorite pie is? We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to know different things that you can share. Maybe it's something that Kat still doesn't know about. We'd love to have you call in and let us know what is your favorite pie. And while you're on the phone, why don't you make that pledge of financial support? Because who else is going to do programs like this? Who else is going to focus on those things that are unique and kind of are descriptive of Arkansas? It's 1-800-662-2386.
So many great programs are available on Passport because so many great programs are produced here at AETN. And Kat, we're so happy to have you here this evening. And I know this is the first program that you've done for AETN, and we hope that you will do a lot more. Kat has so many books available out there, so much more material that she can do a lot of different programs on. But you know, as well as we know, the importance of having members, having donations, having pledges to keep these kinds of programs paid for.
I love sharing the story of Arkansas food, and I've researched it over the years. I know a lot more about all of Arkansas's culinary offerings, from fried pickles and cheese dip, which are the famous ones, to the summer plate, and to all of our fresh fruit and vegetable that come out of the garden. I'd love to be able to tell more of those stories, but it requires support from viewers like you. We can't keep the lights on or put gas in the tank or go out into these communities and tell these stories without your help. So if you have the opportunity right now to make a call and show your support and get a little bit more pie on your plate. In fact, I'm so excited about this right here, getting people out in the roadways.
Another slice of Arkansas pie. Yes, absolutely. Get them involved in our programs. It's so important. And this book is a perfect example of what Kat's done in exploring Arkansas, around Arkansas, and finding these wonderful pies all over Arkansas. And the reason we were able to make room for pie is because of viewers like you. Call in right now. If you've never been a member before, now's a perfect time to call in and say, I want to be a part of this. I love Make Room for Pie. I love Kat Robinson. I want to see more of her. I want to see more of Make Room for Pie. So I'm going to be a member of AETN and help make sure these programs stay on the air. 1-800-662-2386. Go online to aetn.org, and we make it easy for you to pay. You can use your credit card, your Visa, your MasterCard, American Express Discover card. You can get a bank draft. We make it easy for you to be a member with us and help support these kinds of programs. Join the AETN family. Kat's part of the AETN family. I'm part of the AETN family. Won't you join us in making sure these shows stay on the air? Because it's very important. These are great. This is a great local Arkansas program, Make Room for Pie. And Kat's knowledge is vast. The only place you're going to find this is on AETN. So call in right now. make that pledge of support. And you know, Kat, when they call in, when they make the pledge of support, it's kind of like being a part of something.
Absolutely.
Bigger than just watching it on TV. I mean, this kind of a program, like with you, they're not going to find that anywhere else.
No.
It's not made on networks or anything like that, only in Arkansas. So it's important that they call in and keep these kinds of programs like yours going. And we can have the use of your vast amount of knowledge in showing us where all the pies are. So,
absolutely.
So we are
Glad to
appreciative.
share it.
Call in right now, 1-800-662-2386.
Sustaining membership is an easy, convenient, and affordable way to support the programs you love. Sustaining members make an ongoing monthly contribution from either their credit card or checking account. Just choose the monthly amount you'd like to give. Then go online or call and we'll get it set up for you. Your donation will happen automatically each month, so your support will always be current. If you want to change your sustaining membership, just contact us. Monthly contributions begin as low as $5 per month. Go online or call to start your sustaining membership right now.
Sustainers are great supporters of AETN, and they've chosen to do it the simplest way for themselves, which is budgeting on a monthly basis. So whether that's $5 or $10 a month, maybe $12 or $12.50 or $20 a month, that's how you can make it easy on your budget, support AETN, and benefit from the programs that AETN is going to purchase and create and bring back your way. So very popular right now is Kat's newest book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie. You can do that as a sustainer at $10 a month, or the other favorite is the whole combination of three, the DVD, the book, and the PBS Nerd Apron. You can do that for a sustaining gift of $20 a month, and know that you're supporting public television, these special programs that we bring to you, as well as the programs you watch throughout the rest of the year. Remember, this is public television, and this is how we gain support. You, the viewer, calls in with your support, and we in turn listen to what you have to say. We try to bring you programs not only that are PBS, that are world and culture, but we also bring you programs about Arkansas, things that focus in on what it is to be in Arkansas, to share with you that you can share with other people. I know that I have friends and family who are outside of Arkansas, and it's always great to take these types of programs and share it with them to say, see, you don't know about Arkansas at all. What a wonderful state it is. Give us a call at 1-800-662-2386. And remember, it's as easy as doing $5 a month or all the way up to $50 a month. It's whatever is comfortable for you.
Let's talk a little bit more about Another Slice of Arkansas Pie. We're here with Kat Robinson and Patty from Patty Cakes, one of the businesses featured in this book. Let's talk a little bit more about what's in this book. One of the things that's in here is recipes as well. So you also have recipes in this book.
There are recipes, 33 recipes. So it's not a full-scale cookbook, but it is a book that has some great recipes in it from our past, like restaurants that are no longer with us, like Ed and Kay's PCP pie recipe. That's pecan, coconut, and pineapple. It happens to have the Roy Fisher Steakhouse cherry nut pie recipe. And then it has some that were just contributed that just needed to come along with the book. So there is a recipe for possum pie. It's not your recipe because you're right here and people can come on down. It's from Murdy Maids up in Eureka Springs. But this pie right here, now let me tell you what, this pie has had a lot of attention, and there's for good reasons for that.
It has, and aren't we thankful for it? Yes.
Wonderful.
You know, when we first started making a possum pie, it was, I was kind of surprised that people bought it, really. And then we would get people stopping in Stobie's, and they would take pictures of oh, I've got to send this back home. Nobody will believe we have possum pie here. So we've had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, let's talk about the gifts again. Let's talk about the importance of these gifts are that when you make your pledge, of support, your pledge doesn't buy these gifts. This is our way of saying thank you for supporting these great programs on AETN. And again, the book we were just talking about is Another Slice of Pie. For just $10 a month, you can have this gift. or $120 a year as a standalone gift. For $5 a month, you can have the DVD of the program you're watching, Make Room for Pie. You'll see Patty from Patty Cakes. You'll see a lot of pies featured in that program. For $12 a month, you can get the PBS Nerd Apron, which is great to have around the house. For just $12.50 a month, you can get both the DVD and the book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie. And for $20 a month, you can get the DVD, the book, and the apron. You can be fully equipped, and it's our way of saying thank you for supporting these great shows on AETN. We depend on your support. We depend on the financial support of viewers like you, because we have to pay for programs like this. To produce a program like Make Room for Pie, or any of the programs that we buy that you've come to know and love, Antiques Roadshow, Nova, Nature, all the wonderful shows on AETN, we have to purchase those programs. And so we look to you, the viewers, to become members of AETN and help us financially support these programs and keep these programs coming into your home. 1-800-662-2386. Again, you can go online to our secure website at aetn.org, make your pledge that way if that works best for you. Consider becoming a sustaining member, an ongoing partner with AETN and keeping these shows on the air. When you call in, say, I want to be a sustainer so that I know every time I turn on AETN, I'm a partner in bringing these great shows like Make Room for Pie, like all the wonderful shows you've come to know and love on AETN. But we need to hear from you. Call in right now, make that phone call, support your public television, 1-800-662-2386 or aetn.org.
Well, we told you earlier that you were going to meet some of the pie makers, and I'm here with Sharon from Honey Pies.
Hi there.
And I was asking her just before we came back on that if that story was really true about her starting the bakery because her husband really wanted those pies, Mr.
Yes.
Honey Pie.
Yes.
And she said it was true.
It absolutely is.
Absolutely. So you've been in business for a year and a half.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's been going well.
It's going great. Yeah, the community has been really wonderful to us, and we have a great team.
That's wonderful. Did you know Kat Robinson before she kind of walked in?
No, I was a little bit of a fangirl, though. I'd always, anytime I wanted to know anything about Arkansas food or travel, I would always go to her website first.
Okay.
And whenever we opened the shop, we invited Kat for a book signing that first day, and I was a little starstruck. Like
so she came and she spent time. Well, how did it feel about suddenly possibly being on a program like this?
It's overwhelming. It's not real to me that this is happening, I guess is the easiest thing. Like, this is for professionals.
Well, no, this is called for people who like bakery.
Yes, well, that is true.
So I'm going to ask you what I asked Charlotte. What are the people who come, what's their favorite thing at your place?
The fudge brownie pie. All year long, even at Thanksgiving, it is everybody's favorite.
The fudge brownie pie?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your favorite?
My favorite is the coconut. I love that combination, and we do ours with a meringue topping.
Oh, yum.
Yes.
Okay, I'm way too hungry. Love talking with the pie makers, but it's just making me want to eat more, and I hope you are writing down all the places that you need to go to. Oh, wait, no. You can do that by making a pledge of $120 or being a sustainer at $10 a month and ask for Kat's book. That way, you'll know all the places and can come, and you're supporting AETN. So are you thinking about maybe anything new to add to what you're doing? You know, you've got kind of your standards that you do. Have you thought about something new to bring on?
We always have seasonal pies that rotate with the flavor, with the seasons.
Okay.
We're also doing lunch right now, chicken salad. That's great.
Oh, yum.
So the community gives us great feedback and lets us know what they're looking for, and we just try to change everything a little bit every day to make it work.
That really sounds like something that everyone so far that we've either heard from or we've talked to is the community.
Yes.
That really everybody seems to come around all of your organizations and make it happen. Maybe it's because it's all fresh and handmade.
Well, we know that they let us do what we love, and we appreciate it.
That is awesome. So, you know, this is your opportunity. When we have people talking, we don't hear the phones ring. Support AETN, support wonderful programs like Make Room for Pie and more that you see on AETN. It's simple, 1-800-662-2386, or again, you can go online at aetn.org.
And I'm here now with Patty Stobaugh from here in Conway, from Patty Cakes. And Patty, talk to us a little bit about Kat's approach to you and what you thought of when Kat first came to you and said, we want you to be part of Make Room for Pie.
Well, to talk about Kat, I have to go back to when I first met her, and it's when I had opened the first Patty Cakes in Russellville next to Stobie's there. She blew in one day, and I thought, who is this wonderful character? She came in and tried fudge, and then we just sort of struck up a friendship from there. So when she approached me about this, I was gung-ho to help her, because she has helped my business by writing about it over the years. It's been wonderful. So yes, we were glad to do whatever.
So the production went well, and you were fine with everything as far as the production went. You enjoyed that part?
You know, it was good. I mean, I can't say I've ever enjoyed being on TV, but it's just something you have to get used to. So yeah, it was good.
Well, tell us about some of your pies. What do you specialize? What's the biggest selling pie at Patty Cakes?
Well, it's either it's a tie between the possum pie or our peanut butter pie. And our peanut butter pie is in a peanut butter graham cracker crust, and it's a layered pie like the possum pie is. But those together, those are our two biggest sellers.
Both your own recipes?
Yes, they are. And then we sell a lot of Butterfinger pies. We sell a lot of chocolate meringue and coconut meringue, kind of like Miss Charlotte has done here. And then just depends on the season. We'll introduce some things just for seasonal pies, but we do, at the holidays, we do a lot of fruit pies, and we do a lot of pecan pies and pumpkin pies as well.
How long have you been? How long has Patty Cakes been around?
12 years.
12 years.
Yeah,
12 years.
Kind of started as a lark, and then here we are. We opened the Conway Bakery almost 8 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
And talk about how you came up with the recipes. I mean, what inspired you about the recipes?
Well, in Russellville, where we opened the first Patty Cakes, that's, as you know, part of the River Valley. And somebody up there, and I think it was Kegel's Mills Restaurant, had started, their possum pie became popular under them. I don't know that they're the ones that started it, but it became popular under them. And so many of the restaurants in Russellville carried possum pie. So I went around and tried several of what other restaurants were doing, and we just kind of came up with our own take on it.
And you perfected your own recipe.
Right, and we're sticking to it.
Okay, great. Well, there you have it. Patty Cakes here in Conway, one of the great stores featured in this special Make Room for Pie. We're so happy to have Patty here joining us, and we're so happy to have you here joining us. But we need to hear from you. We need to hear from you to make those phones ring and call in and become a member of AETN. Support these kinds of programs. They're so important to the community of Arkansas. And we ask a few times a year for you to come in and support these kinds of programs with your pledge. 1-800-662-2386. Make that call now. We're waiting to hear from you, and join us in these great programs on AETN.
Welcome to Lake Village, Arkansas, home of the world's largest oxbow lake. It's also where Charles Lindbergh took his first nighttime flight, and where you'll find Lake Chico State Park. It's also home to some marvelous pies.
God give me everything I do.
Rhoda Adams believes God gave her the ability to make pie, and she thanks him every day.
By the swollen face of rolling down the river now.
But God knows nobody never told me nothing. People come ask me how to do this and how to do that. And You know, I ain't crazy. I tell them how I go about making them sometimes, but I don't tell them my recipe.
Word got out about her pies and tamales and home cooking, and people started showing up at her house. So she opened a restaurant.
So we bought this building. No, not this building. It was a little, what do you call it, mobile home, little old bitty something. Come get this and put it in the stove right quick.
This eatery started out as a trailer in 1973, where Rhoda cooks soul food every day. Rhoda's pies come in several varieties.
See, that's a half and half.
It's her half and half, though, that I always take home.
I do half coconut and chocolate. I do a half sweet potato pecan. And them people love it. How you come put them in the stove?
I'm gonna roll down the river now.
Rhoda and James had 15 children and more than 70 grandchildren and great-grandchildren. The family is spread from Florida to Las Vegas and peppered all across Arkansas. In the spring of 2017, Rhoda Adams, along with James and their daughter Dorothy, came to Little Rock to accept a special commendation, induction into the inaugural class of the Arkansas Food Hall of Fame.
Everywhere I've been, people have been good to me. And how I come up famous, I don't know.
Every day, Rhoda offers tamales, pies, and burgers. Some days you can get candied yams, and always hot fried chicken.
I asked one of the guys at deer camp if there were some good tamales around here, because I needed a bribe from my wife. I was out of town for a month at work, and I got back and promptly ran off to the deer woods. And I figured I'm in better shape if I bring her some tamales. Hello. What do I owe you?
Honey, give me a little old pan, small pan. I'm just gonna put these on right now.
Rhoda Adams is beloved here in Lake Village. But those pies are worth coming back for again and again.
Pecan pie is so good. It's real good. I mean, I like this. It's not sweet, too sweet. It's just right. The crust is just crisp. I mean, I love the pie.
And when they come in here, they know me. And they, hey, Rhoda, how you doing? I said, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? And I've been doing this here many, many years. And I thank God for it.
Hey, hey, I'm gonna roll down the river now. Down the river now. And I ain't looking back to the hell where I come from. I'm gonna share my soul with the love of a home. In the place where a freedom is a rock in my soul, I know.
In Magnolia, the Backyard Barbecue Company is well loved not only for its barbecue, but for the daily array of homemade pies, from cherry cream to banana pudding to key lime. Ever enjoyed a pie buffet? Grandma's House Cafe in Winslow offers 6 to 8 pies at a time on its sideboard every Thursday through Sunday lunch. It's Thanksgiving here in Arkansas, a time for family, great food, and wonderful pie. 3 things that we're going to find today as we head to the Wooden Spoon in Gentry. Cam and and Jane Clausen opened the Wooden Spoon inside a stove shop along Arkansas Highway 59 in Gentry. The log building that houses the Wooden Spoon today was once a horse barn built from Michigan timber before 1870. The Clausens had the frame taken apart and brought here to Arkansas to be rebuilt on this spot.
The beams are all hand-hewed. They're all put together with pegs. It's mortise and tenon pegs, and some of the beams are really, really old. Our church is the Church of God in Christ Mennonite. That's where the head covering that you see on a lot of these ladies, that's what that's about.
Mostly all the baking is done back here. All the pies, all the, most of the bread making, the cinnamon rolls, etc. are done in this area back here.
Long before the doors open at the Wooden Spoon at 10:30 each morning, these ladies are here making dozens upon dozens of pies.
Making peanut butter pie now. Just mixing in the peanut butter and putting it in, and then I put it in here, and then it just has to cool off, and then we top it later.
I'm making butterscotch pie, butterscotch praline pie.
Hey, Jenna.
I started working here when I was about 15. I was kind of forced into it just because it's part of the family. And I didn't enjoy it then, but by the time I was about 18, I was working full time, and I've loved it ever since. I love to cook.
Coconut is our most popular, so I usually put it on top. Then bumblebee. The bumblebee is a berry pie, and we've had it ever since we started. And then that pumpkin caramel pecan is one of my favorites too. It has a fluffy cream cheese layer, and they put pumpkin puree in it. And then it has toasted pecans and coconut on top, and we drizzle it with caramel sauce. It's really good.
Delicious.
Oh my word. It's excellent. It's excellent. And the crust is just so flaky. Grandma never made it this good.
Over the years, the Wooden Spoon's become known for a vast array of pies. How'd y'all get started in making all these really amazing pies?
Well, you have to have someone that's enthused about pie making. And we've been very fortunate over the years to have girls that absolutely love what they're doing, love making pies, love coming up with new pie recipes, and that makes a world of difference.
Holidays, pie orders arrive en masse when hundreds of double-crusted pies are prepared and rolled.
And they call in their order, and we put it in here, and then they just come in here to pick it up. It makes it all a little more efficient.
500 pies are baked, most for orders, though extra pies are always made.
We have plenty of coconut.
The day before Thanksgiving, customers stand in line to pick up their pies and dinners to bring home to their own holiday tables.
When you sit down at a table in this restaurant, it feels like you're sitting down at someone's dining room table.
Well, that's what we want. You know, I'll just tell you, every morning my prayer is that what we provide here is an atmosphere that people will feel safe in and will feel comfortable and will feel comforted. We have people that come in so regularly that if they don't show up, they have either told us the week before that they're not going to be there the next Friday. And in some cases, we actually call them to make sure that they're all right, because if they don't show up, something's not good.
The food's fantastic, and you get full, but there's always time. You got to have some pie.
Our customers become friends. It's the best part. It's the best part of running a restaurant. It's people that come in, the people that work for you. Relationships are made. And there's nothing like sitting down to a home-cooked meal.
Another food writer I know, Kat Kinsman, once shared this wisdom with me. Pie is naked, unapologetic, and honest. It eschews geometric perfection and requires no extra adornment. What it does need is communion. Each of the pie makers we've profiled hail from different backgrounds and cultures. Their recipes, handed down for generations or created with a special pinch of talent and love in their own kitchens. We're glad we made room for pie, aren't you?
We're here in the studio with Kat Robinson. We hope you are enjoying Make Room for Pie. We know we've been enjoying it, so we hope you are too. It's a wonderful program. Production is just great. It's produced by Emmy Award-winning Larry Foley, who's produced so many other documentaries and special programs for AETN, such as Arkansas's Natural Heritage, The Buffalo Flows, Bridge to War Eagle, The First Boys of Spring, and many more. We're happy to have him and his work on this wonderful, wonderful program. If you haven't called in right now. Now is the time to call in and take advantage of these wonderful free gifts that we have for you in exchange for your support of these great programs, just like Make Room for Pie. The reason we have this program on AETN is because viewers like you have supported us financially, called in, made that pledge of support, become members of AETN. Many of them ongoing members for years. They've supported these kinds of programs. We need to hear from you. If you're already a member of AETN, we thank you very much. But if you've never joined, if you've never become a member, now is a great time to join and take advantage of some of these wonderful thank you gifts that we have for you. For just $5 a month, you can get the DVD of the program that you're watching now, or just $60 a year. But as $5 a month as a sustaining member, you can get the wonderful DVD and know that you're an ongoing member of AETN. You don't have to renew your membership. Your membership goes on forward. For just $10 a month, you can get another slice of Arkansas Pie, the wonderful book that Kat Robinson has just hot off the press. This is a brand new book. You're not going to find this anywhere else, and so yet anyway. So for just $10 a month, you can get another slice of Arkansas Pie. Wonderful book, all kinds of stuff in this book. It is literally a guide to pies all over the state of Arkansas. So if you want to get out and travel and eat a lot of pie, you'll want this book. For just $12 a month, you can get the PBS Nerd Apron. For just $12.50 a month, you can get both the DVD of the program and the book. For just $20 a month or $240 a year, you can get the DVD of the book and the apron, all three. Make that call right now, 1-800-662-2386.
Hi, I'm Paula Kruger, president of PBS, and I'd like to personally thank you if you've made a contribution to AETN. You know, when you fund your favorite shows on this station, you're ensuring great television continues to be available for yourself, your family, and everyone in your community. One of the easiest ways to do that is by making a monthly contribution on an ongoing basis, what we call sustaining membership. When you call, tell us how much you'd like to donate each month. Our current sustainers tell us that $10, $15, or $20 a month is best for them, but you decide what works for you. After you've made that call, we will deduct that amount each month from your credit card or your bank account, and we will continue until you tell us otherwise. Your membership will always remain current, and renewal notices will become a thing of the past. Best of all, your ongoing support means that the best television on television will continue to come your way every single day of the year. So please, consider a sustaining contribution today. Thank you for your support of this PBS station.
The phones are ringing, but we still have a few volunteers who are waiting to take your call. Are you looking for your local pie place to go frequent right now? Well, one of the things you can do is go ahead and call in. talk to a volunteer and choose to become a sustainer. That means you're going to take a certain amount each month. You're going to apply it like you do your budget on everything else. It's going to go to AETN, and you won't have to think about it anymore. It'll automatically renew. You'll get the AETN magazine into your home every month, won't miss, and then you're in control. You can increase it, you can decrease it, you can change it from credit card to EFT or the other way around. It just winds up making easy for you to make a gift, and it also helps AETN know on a monthly basis the funding we have available to purchase or create the programs that you tell us that you love. So very popular, $10 a month as a sustainer. Kat Robinson's new book. You're going to want that one. You're going to want to know where all of these pie places are. Or the other popular thank you gift is the DVD of the program, the book, and the apron for a sustaining gift of $20 a month. Think about how much you tune in to AETN on a weekly basis. Think about what would happen if those programs weren't there, and then kind of put a value on that and say, that's what I'd like to do and make my gift to AETN. By the way, we want to know what your favorite pie is, so we encourage you to call. Give us a call. Let us know your favorite pie, and while you're on the line, make that pledge of support. You can also go to aetn.org and make your pledge of support there. If you happen to be watching this at another time, you can still call in. There will be somebody to answer your call. So give us a call, go online. What's your favorite pie?
As Karen said, call in right now and tell us what your favorite pie is, and then follow that up with, I want to become a member of AETN. Make your pledge of support. 1-800-662-2386. Call in right now and support these great shows. And Kat, let's talk some more about the book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie.
Yes.
Tell us some more about what's in this book and how someone who gets this book can use it on a weekend. If you're going to take a weekend trip and going to say, okay, I'm going to drive around Arkansas and find some pies. Will this guide them like regionally?
Absolutely.
Like if
really
they say, I want to go to Northwest Arkansas and find the best pies there.
The book is divided by region, so we talk about the Western Ozarks and the East and North Central Arkansas, which are both considered Ozarks, but they're widely spaced apart. So say you want to go to Bentonville, you could go and dine at Gooseberry Pies up there, or you could turn around, go to 21C and have the famous pecan pie by James Beard nominee.
They really have gooseberry pies, real gooseberry pies.
Yeah, the Gooseberry Pies does carry gooseberry pie and Ozark Mountain Grape Pie. It's really fantastic. But you won't see that right next to, say, Mountain View, where PJ's Rainbow Cafe has that phenomenal banana split pie, because those aren't right next door to each other. It's all set up so that whenever you open up that book to a section and you read along, if you're at one restaurant, you can look in that same section and find another restaurant that is very close by that you can drive to. So you can do like I do and possibly try 18 different pies in a day. I don't recommend it for anybody, but it does give you an opportunity to get out there.
So it would kind of help guide you as well to, okay, I'm only going to take a weekend trip, so this is how many pie places I can hit. So, so it would help them in that way too.
And remember, there's always a take-home box.
There's always a take-home box. That's true. Another Slice of Arkansas Pie, Kat Robinson's new book, literally hot off the press. And Kat, let's talk about some programs we might do in the future. You travel around and deal with all kinds of different eateries around the state. You deal with the history of those eateries and their importance in the various communities and so forth. So let's look in the future and some programs we might talk about, some things we might talk about as far as future food programs.
Well, right off the bat, people have recommended I do a burger book because for some reason or another, we have fantastic burgers here. We have big burgers like the one at Ed Walker's, which is in the program, the 5-pound burger. But then you have some really tasty burgers down at the Smoke and Bowl, down in Emerson. Every corner of the state, it's got a burger joint, and that's that whole diner scene that people like. But I'd also like to explore more about Arkansas food in general. We have some fantastic Arkansas food that should be celebrated, comes from the homes, served in our restaurant, should come straight to you.
So see, the future is bright here at AETN with Kat Robinson. So call in right now, 1-800-662-2386. Make that pledge. Keep these shows on the air.
Hi, I'm Alice Ferris, and if you're like me, you rely on this PBS station to deliver your favorite programs. Whether it's Nature, Nova, Antiques Roadshow, or American Experience, you look forward each week to the next amazing episode. However, we all lead hectic lives, and sometimes you miss your favorite program. Now you can avoid this inconvenience with the newest member benefit offered by this station, Passport. Passport is a digital streaming service where all your favorite PBS programs are available for you to stream at your convenience on your computer, tablet, or phone. It truly is your favorite programs when and where you want them. All you need is an active membership with this PBS station to unlock the digital portal. Go online or call the number on your screen and enjoy the benefits of Passport today.
We love being able to bring AETN Passport to you as a benefit of making your gift to AETN. So whether it's a $60 one-time gift or a $5 a month ongoing sustaining gift, you can access Passport. That's 1,500 programs available. Within that, it really winds up being thousands of hours that you can sit and watch and enjoy. You can do that at your time. Is that 2 o'clock in the morning? Is that 5 o'clock in the morning? Is it at 11 o'clock at night? You can watch what you want, when you want, on just about any device that you want. Do you have a smart TV? Do you have a Roku? Do you have an Amazon Fire? How about your tablet or your phone, your smartphone? You get to watch programs when you want to. And not only do you get to watch the ones that we just talked about on that clip, but also if you love cooking and baking, how about Cooking with Master Chefs? A Few Good Pie Places, well, we've got that beat. Martha Stewart Bakes, and there's several other local baking shows on there and so much more. So that's a benefit for going in, calling in, making your pledge of support. You get to watch programs pretty much any time that you want on any device you want, but you also help support other programs that we air throughout the year. You help support local programs like Make Room for Pie. We are so excited to have been able to do this and to kind of pull on Kat Robinson's experience and make this very special program. So remember, a sustaining gift of $10 a month. You can ask for Kat's latest book and go ahead and do your own pie road trip.
Call in, become a sustainer, help us sustain the programs that you love to watch. We're here right now with Sharon Woodson from Honey Pies in Little Rock. Sharon, we're happy to have you join us here, as we are with Kat. Kat, let's talk about how did you and Sharon first meet, and how did you decide to include her in this great show?
This is crazy, but one of my very old friends happens to be a cousin and had told me, I've got this friend, you've absolutely got to go see her. Really cute pie shop. She's just getting ready to order stuff. Open up. So I walk in the door, and it's like we've known each other forever. And I did a book signing there when she opened up, and I've got to see this little bitty pie shop just explode. Well, not explode, but grow bigger. So it's been a great thing to watch as she's developed this amazing shop that's now a Little Rock mainstay. It's here to stay.
It really is.
It's
really
so great.
Is.
You're so kind.
And Sharon, what did you think when Kat approached you about doing Make Room for Pies? What was your first thought as far as...
I assumed you made a mistake. It's exciting to be with institutions like Charlotte's and Keough. I mean, Patty and Patty Cakes. I mean, these are strong women who've been in the industry for a long time. So it's an honor that Kat would think to include me.
So your recipes, did you create your recipes? Did you borrow them from family? How did you come up with your recipes for pies?
A lot of it is teamwork. I started baking with my grandmother whenever I was a kid. She lived next door, and she was my hidey hole. Anytime I was fighting with my sisters, that's where I would go. So a lot of it is techniques that I learned from her, but right now we have a really strong team, and everybody has different ideas, and we've got a great executive pastry chef, Annie Wood, and she kind of leads everybody now in the kitchen. So I built the foundation, and they just run with it.
How many people do you have working here?
We have a total of 6 right now. We've got 3 bakers and 3 baristas who do coffee in the mornings.
How early do you have to get up to get started? I mean, if you're selling a lot of pies during a day, how early do you have to get up and get started with starting to make everything, gather everything together, put it together, and actually start making pies?
A lot of it is just prep in advance. If you prep in advance, then everything's easy in the mornings. So we get there around 6, and we open at 7 for breakfast, and pie starts picking up around 11 or 11:30.
Do you find a lot of people buy just slices of pie, or do they buy a whole pie and take it home?
It's so funny because everybody has individual preferences. We have mini pies that are individual servings for people who love crust, and we have slices for people who love filling, and then we have whole pies for people who cannot share and have to have everything by themselves.
Have to have it all for themselves.
Yeah, and that's
there
what
you
they'll
have
tell
it.
us.
Sharon Woodson from from Honey Pies. We're so happy to have you here, and we thank you for being here, and we thank you for watching tonight. Call in to make that pledge of support. It's important to support these kinds of programs. Make Room for Pie wouldn't exist except for viewers like you. Call in right now.
And I get to talk to Patty from Patty Cakes here in Conway right now. And I had just asked her beforehand, but I was waiting to get the story, is how you got kind of into this whole thing of pies and
It was an
baking.
accident, actually.
It was an accident.
It was. My youngest son left for college, and I decided I was going to quit my corporate job. I was a corporate accountant.
Okay.
Hated it. I always hated accounting, but it was just what I did. So there we go.
Okay.
Grew up with a German grandmother. Always baked.
Those German grandmothers.
Those
yes.
German grandmothers, they're the best. So
Yes.
at any rate, I was working in Stobie's Russellville one day on a Saturday, and I noticed that just across our parking lot, there was a little bakery there, very small. She was going out of business.
Okay.
So I wandered over, said, let's talk about this, because she was going to have, this was a Saturday, she was going to have an auction on Monday.
Okay.
So I pitched the idea to my husband. He was totally opposed to it because he knew the amount of work. Not that he didn't support me.
Right.
He knew the amount of work it would go into building this.
Okay.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
That is so interesting.
Yes.
I also want to know, you have so many different things that you're working on, and I assume you have new ideas. Where do you kind of find new ideas for new pies and things? Where does that come from?
Well, so because we have a restaurant and a bakery, that helps, because then we do food trips, and they're not any fun. They sound like fun, but you go and you try several different things.
Yes.
So I try to draw my inspiration not from what people are doing in this local area, but I look beyond that, because I don't want to copy somebody.
Okay.
If
So
that
you-
makes sense.
Right.
So we, whenever we take a trip, we always start doing our research on who's doing what where.
Okay.
And we'll drive great distances to check out what people are doing.
Okay.
So that's kind of how inspiration starts, and then you make it your own.
Okay.
You adapt it, you don't
Right,
adopt it.
Right.
That's what we call it.
And I really have noticed with everything that everyone has been talking about, that community really just kind of helps so much. That y'all are well situated in the community, and
It does.
and even from beyond. I forgot. Did you mention at some point like how far you make a delivery, or where somebody calls?
The farthest I've delivered a wedding cake was to New Orleans, and it was a little nerve-wracking, but we made it. So
But you made it, and
we
the cake
did.
was okay.
And it was in the
All right,
summertime.
well, this is it. This is kind of your last opportunity to make your vote for Make Room for Pie, and to go ahead and get that book. It's hot off the presses. You can't get it anywhere else right now. It's 1-800-662-2386.
Thank you. Karen's right. You are voting with when you call in to make that pledge of support, you are voting for these kinds of programs being brought into your home here on AETN. The only way we're able to bring them to you is when you call in and make that pledge of support. Let's talk again about those thank you gifts, because this is so important. This is our way of saying thank you for your pledge of support, and this is a way of for you to get extra value for your pledge and for your membership at AETN. Let's talk about for $5 a month or just $60 a year, you can get a DVD of the program, Make Room for Pie, something you're definitely going to want to have. Excellent show, excellent production values, very good show, very interesting show. Everybody loves pie, let's face it. For $10 a month, you can get the book, the brand new book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie. That's $10 a month, or just $120 a year. For just $12 a month, you can get the PBS Nerd Apron. You can wear that around the house and eat pie to your heart's content. That's just $12 a month. For $12.50 a month, you can get the DVD and the book, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie book, and get both the DVD of the program and the book. Great value. For just $20 a month out of your budget, you can get the DVD, the book, and the apron, all three. Our way of saying thank you for your wonderful support of these kinds of programs on AETN. We need to hear from you right now. 1-800-662-2386. And we're joined up here, Kat and I are joined up here from Charlotte with Charlotte from Charlotte's Eats and Sweets in Keogh. I don't know how many times I've stood in line over at your place over there, but it's well worth it. I know a lot of people stand in line, but how did you all make the connection? I mean, it's kind of obvious. Everybody knows about Charlotte's Eats and Sweets, but how did you make the connection to get her involved in this show?
Well, frankly, whenever you talk pie in Arkansas, you talk Charlotte's. I mean, the best coconut meringue pie in the South by Southern Living Magazine. It's brought so many people to the door. And so whenever we first started deciding that pie was what we were going to concentrate on with this program, I had to bring Charlotte in. She had to be part of this.
Well, I'll ask you a question too, and I asked Sharon the same question from Honey Pies. How early do you get started in the morning? When do you start working? When do you start making these pies?
At 6.
At 6. Do you make a limited number? I mean, do you make it say, okay, we're going to make this many coconut cream pies, or this many of this kind of pie, or that many of that kind of pie, and then when you're done, that's it for the day?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Do you always run out of pie? Pretty much
Just about, yes.
Pretty much every day. How many people do you have working for you?
5.
About 5, okay. Well, thank you.
There's 2 in the kitchen.
2 in the kitchen,
Doing
okay.
all the...
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. This is such a great opportunity for you to call in right now, make your pledge of support, support programs like this, 1-800-662-2386.
When you make a financial gift to the AETN Foundation, you support PBS greats like Masterpiece, Nature, and Nova, along with AETN-produced programs that highlight the people, places, history, and culture that make Arkansas the unique and vital state it is. Hi, I'm Paula Kerger, President and CEO of PBS. If you value all these wonderful programs on AETN and believe in the need to keep them available for everyone, please consider making a tax-deductible gift of $500 or more and join other like-minded individuals who are part of the AETN Foundation Ambassadors Circle. For more information, call 1-800-662-2386 or go online at aetnfoundation.org. Thank you.
We're moving to our last few minutes of Make Room for Pie. Here's your opportunity to call in with your support. I want to talk just for a moment about our Ambassador Circle, and that's a group of viewers and donors who support and believe in what AETN does and what public television provides to the state, that they provide gifts at the $500 level and above. Now, a lot of them choose to go ahead and be sustainers, and even though that $500 is kind of an odd monthly amount, a lot of them choose to just go ahead and do $50 a month as an ongoing sustainer. If you are in a comfortable position where you could possibly do that for us, I'd love to talk to you more about the Ambassador Circle. Go ahead and give us a call and talk with the volunteers. But we know that may not be for everyone, so you can do what we call a basic level gift of $45, or we have a very special level of $35 for seniors because you've been with us a long time, you've supported us for a long time. So whether it's at those $45 or $35 level, all the way up to the Ambassador Circle at $500 or $600 or beyond, whatever you choose to do, help support these wonderful programs. Not only locally produced programs like Make Room for Pie, but also programs that you rely on throughout the entire year. It's 1-800-662-2386. Remember, there's the DVD of the program at $5. You can do the book that Kat has just coming out. It's not available anywhere else yet. That's for a sustaining gift of $10. How about the apron at $12 a month? How about the book and the DVD at $12.50 a month, or all three at $20 a month as a sustainer? Give us a call. The phones are ringing.
You can be part of programs like this. All you need to do is make that call, 1-800-662-2386. Make that call. Support these kinds of programs on AETN. We depend on viewers like you to make that call. And Kat, you know it's so important. You've been part of this program. You've seen how it works within AETN as we produce these kinds of programs. Yes. So you know how important it is for viewers to call in, for viewers to make that financial pledge of support, because this program wouldn't have been possible without that.
No, not at all. I mean, it's because of your support for local programming that is based here in Arkansas. You can't get Arkansas-based programming from watching the national networks. It all comes right here. It's homegrown. And we're telling stories of people here in Arkansas. Couldn't do it without your support. We could not have made Arkansas Pie, and we certainly wouldn't be able to make further programs about food in Arkansas without your help. Please call in, make a pledge. And
be a slice of this great pie.
That's very good. Be a slice of this great AETN pie. That is very good, and it's very important. And it's so important because people learn from the programs like this. They learn about Arkansas. They learn about the history of Arkansas, and they learn about things that will help them enjoy Arkansas more.
Yes.
And that's a big part of what we do here at AETN is help people learn about their environment, and especially when it's something about Arkansas, it's so important that we learn about things and places in Arkansas that we may not know anything about. That's part of educational television.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And I think as I was talking with some of the other pie makers, it's nostalgia.
It is.
You know, you kind of think back. I was even remembering, you know, my grandmother, and it was always pies. It was always
Eating is
pies.
the only thing that we do with all 5 senses, and it tends to set in our memory. That's the reason why Thanksgiving dinners are very important to us. That's the reason why, you know, we always have food at weddings, we have birthday parties and what have you. Without that one thing, it's beyond politics, it's beyond culture, it's just food. We can all sit down and break bread together, or in this case, cut ourselves a slice.
Cut ourselves a slice. Try and share a slice of pie. Maybe share. Maybe.
And other commercial television is not going to have these kinds of programs. They don't focus on this kind of targeted program that really reaches out to the viewers of Arkansas and says, this is part of your environment. This is part of what Arkansas is. These are places you can go and experience everything you've seen on Make Room for Pie, or that you read in Another Slice of Arkansas Pie, $5 a month.
Yeah.
You can get this book as a thank you gift.
$10
This is a great book. You want this for $5 a month.
No, it's $10
Make your pledge. Make your pledge now.
Anyway, but that's what I was going to go through, and it's like
$10
this is your opportunity to say, I want to do a one-time gift. I want to do a sustaining gift. You can do it. We have something at all levels. $5, how about the DVD of the program, Make Room for Pie? Or $10, as we were talking about Kat's latest, Another Slice of Arkansas Pie, where you can kind of go through and do your own little pie trail, follow through where she's been, or I love the apron, come on, you know, for $12 a month, you could do the apron, or the DVD and the book together, that is $12.50, or just do it all. Support great programs, and at $20 a month as a sustainer, you can turn on AETN anytime and go, oh my gosh, I am helping make this possible. So give us a call. Go online.
1-800-662-2386. Make that call of support. Yeah, for just $10 a month, you can have this great book in your home. For just $20 a month, you can have the DVD, the book, and the apron, all 3. And think about this. Think about gifting one of these to a friend of yours or a neighbor of yours and telling them, you know what, I'm a member of AETN, you can be too. Here's the value. Give them the DVD of this program. Here's the value of AETN. We want you to join too. We're a member, you become a member. Call your neighbors, call your friends, ask them to join you in becoming a member. But first, you need to call in and make that pledge of support. 1-800-662-2386. You can go online to aetn.org, make your pledge on a secure site, but make that pledge right now. These kinds of programs don't just happen. No. They don't just fall into our laps. Right. We have to pay for them. We have to pay to produce them. And we have a great resource here with Kat Robinson to teach us all about the wonderful pies in Arkansas, all about the wonderful eating places in Arkansas. We want you to be part of this. You'll want to be part of this too. Call in right now, 1-800-662-2386.
And we want to thank Patty from Patty Cakes and Charlotte from Charlotte's Sweets. You know, I could say Eats and Sweets, and also Kat and Sharon from Honey Pies. So thank you so much. I didn't mean to stumble over that. We appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us. Call in right now.
We'll have the volunteers are still by the phone.
Funding for Make Room for Pie, provided by the Moving Image Trust Fund.
Journalism is a fallen profession, but it is still our only hope because public affairs is